Sliggins effects.
I've gone first
one
all
of the
3 times.
monster that I control to destroy one card in the field, so I destroy ground mode.
So my first opening hand was 2 second coin tosses, 2 Starlight Roads, and a Marshmallow. So
Draw for turn.
You can still send out black ones, but you can't attack or change up.
Set one more. Activate second time. Coin toss.
Summon
And I have to pass this.
okay, so that was my first turn. Not a strong first turn, but a decent one. So at this point, I'm just going to skip the rest of it because it's like a 20-minute long duel. Or 10, but like, I don't want to make people sit through that. So let me just skip the last turn and explain what happened. Okay, so now this is going to be the final like turn of the duel. And this is going to be where, this is Sean's last turn. And where the shenanigans came down from obviously our head judge Owen, but I'm gonna make sure to explain what would happen and could have happened, and this is gonna be like what I could have done, should have done, and probably would have been better if I had done it, to be fair. So as you just seen, Sean banished Light in the Dark to summon Dark Smoke. I think that's the card's name. But so basically this is where the official goes to me and says this.
Also, Dark Samora is that you can't activate set cards.
Yeah.
That's its continuous effect.
I just can't activate them like.
No.
So yeah, you heard that right. The judge told me that you can't activate set spells or traps, and I didn't bother reading the card because I thought, oh, I should just trust him, and I wish I did read the card. I mean, so that goes me trusting him, and then this proceeded to happen.
Yeah.
That's its continuous effect.
I just can't activate them like.
No. Yeah. And then tap you.
As you can see, I lost the duel, but we're gonna blame Owen for that one. Because we can, the little grave robber, and instead I'm gonna go over what would have happened had Owen not fed me false information. Now I'm not blaming Owen for this, because I should have read the card and I could have read the card, but like I just trusted Owen and I just thought I'll go with his word for it. But now we're gonna go over what would have happened had I decided to read Dark Simone and then go from there. So the first key moment here is when Sean summons Junk Synchron, and with Junk Synchron now being on the field, I could have activated my Trap Hole, which obviously when he normal summons a monster with 1000 or more attack, I can then activate it and destroy it. So obviously he would have only had Dark Smog on his field then, and with only being Dark Smog on the field, I would have survived the extra turn, which led to this now. So with Sean only having Dark Smog on the field, this led to a very hard situation where I can't activate set spells and traps. But with surviving my turn, I would have been able to draw one additional card. Let's have a look at what that card could have been. So these were the remaining cards in my deck at the time. So I went through the duel, and I'm 90% positive this was my deck state had I survived from Junk Synchron. Now I never actually drew my card in the video to show, this would have been my draw, so I have no clue what it would have been. No clue if it would have saved me. But there were certain cards in my deck that would have or could have saved me in this moment. So that'd be in Sasuke Samurai, Sand Gambler, Time Wizard, Cup of Ace, Swords of Revealing Light, and Scapegoat. So they were the 6 cards that could have saved me. Any doubt, there were better cards than others, obviously. So obviously Sasuke, I had 2 second coin tosses on the field. So I would have had 3 chances to destroy the Dark Simorg. So that's decent. Time Wizard, same goes for him, 50-50. Cup of Ace is a bit dodgy though, because saying I did get the 2 draws is not saying them 2 draws would be good. Swords, obviously 3-turn thing, as long as you didn't have Heavy Storm, then it would have been alright. Scapegoat, just to summon the 4, would have been better as well. But this was my deck. Now the overall chances of me drawing them were actually, I did the math, a 22.22% chance. Now I think that's insane. There was a 22.22% chance I could have survived. So now I had to gather information. And the first thing was to ask the people. So I had only asked one person, as their opinion was the only one that mattered to me in the moment. But as you can see from RJJ92, he believed in the 22.2% chance. He believed. Why wouldn't you believe? Pressing the button would be peak. So we have the message from the people believing in the 22% chance. Now, I bet you're wondering though, what had you drawn nothing? What had you drawn crap, Jaden? What would you have done? What could you have done? Well, people, I had an ace in the hole. The entire video, this has been leading to my draw. Had I drawn nothing, I had a massive ace in the hole. Going back to the deck list, so obviously I said there was the 6 cards that could save me. But let's just assume I drew nothing. Jaden, what are you going to do? You've drew nothing. The entire point of this video is to see what I would draw. 22% chance and all. But, had I drawn nothing, my ace in the hole, Sand Gambler. Now you're probably wondering, what do you mean Sand Gambler's your ace in the hole? What are you fucking going to do with Sand Gambler? Give me a sec to explain. So, with Sand Gambler, obviously you can read his effect now, the chances are very low. But he could have saved me. He was one of the 6. You're probably wondering, if I had not drawn him, why am I talking about him? As you can see from the screenshot in the duel before I died, 3 or 4 turns before I died, I had a Sand Gambler in hand. I actually had 2 in hand. It was peak card that I could have had. Had I survived one more turn, I would have normal summoned him. And then through normal summoning him, I would have flipped 3 coins. And 3 heads could have survived me another turn. But you're probably wondering, what would you have done had you not done 3 heads? I had 2 second coin tosses on the field, which could have also helped me and could have made me go further in the duel. And that's my answer, people. Motherfucking Sand Gambler. So fuck Dark Samog. Sand Gambler's on top. And I could have survived one more turn. Possibly. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. So realistically, as a quick note, I enjoyed making the video. Obviously 22% chance, and then obviously Sand Gambler, the entire deck's about gambling. I believed I might have survived. Realistically, I was not surviving. Kudos to Sean. Should have read the card. The duel could have went differently had I read it. Everything could have played out differently. Congratulations, Sean. But yeah, that's how it went basically. And thanks for watching, I guess. Tried my best, gambled my way to the top, fell right before. Oh, goodbye, folks. Thanks for watching. AOA, anyone ever kind of notice how hard Jay just kind of looks like an upside down marshmallow?